to talk about a pretty sad subject, and it involves any time I go to the office. You know, every leap year I try to show up at the office, make my presence known, maybe show up for a meeting or two. And invariably, when I go into the conference room, there's always that bowl of fruit that's kind of way past its prime. It really needs to be thrown out, but nobody really wants to do it. They kind of feel bad, right? And specifically, I'm talking about this bowl of tangerines that was on the conference room desk at the York branch. It was around this time that this bowl of tangerines was on the desk that we were interviewing for a new physical therapist. And so the powers that be had asked me to sit in on some of these interviews and, interview the candidates alongside. So I'm there. I'm asking the candidates questions, and we had like 3 or 4 interviews to do. And it's basically the whole time I'm just thinking about this bowl of oranges that's kind of in the middle of the table. Bowl of tangerines, however you want to look at it. It's kind of like the little people of the fruit world. So anyway, it's all I could think about, and like clockwork, what I would do is, at the end of each interview, I would offer the candidate an orange. And it wasn't because they were appealing. It really was because I felt bad for these little oranges, these tangerines. They were slowly drying out, becoming wrinkled, and their progression to penicillin was pretty active. And I think about that in my own life, As I get older, I get wrinkled, I get dried out, I'm turning more into a penicillin-like structure. But basically, I'm morphing into my parents, right? I'm morphing a little bit more into my dad. And so, to that end, I want to share a little home care trick that I learned from my dad, not in practice, but definitely in principle. And I will show you that today. See this cup of coffee? Well, this cup of coffee I got for free from AAA. So, a little known fact is that if you are a AAA member, and I advocate all home care therapists to become AAA members, just in case of emergencies and such. But one of the perks is that if you're a AAA member, you can go to any AAA storefront and go ahead on in and make yourself a free cup of coffee. Basically, you have the right to do that. Now, I'm not sure anybody else knows that. I'm not sure AAA knows that, but I know that, okay? Because I just did it today. That being said, I only know that through the course of time, wisdom, and again, that transition to hopefully a better form of me, more penicillin-like antibiotic truth that we should all grow into, over time. So, that ends my rambling, or thoughts, however you want to look at it. There's a whole bunch of things going in my head like this, and it's kind of like the spin cycle on the washing machine. All right, thanks.